and a company.
And a Dwinnins Elite and Elite Stand or company.
So Lucas
That
was
leads to-
was a 402, so he was the 8th seed,
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yep.
So Aidan had
On
to
the
win
play.
his match, so he's on the play. Yep.
So Lucas throws Ancient Ziggurat into Noble Hierarch. Aidan's like, what does that card do?
We got a reader.
Oh man.
Oh, Aidan rips the land.
Finds a land. So he's gotten pretty unlucky to mold into 5 a bunch, but his 5s have been pretty reasonable.
The deck just is pretty redundant.
Yeah. So Aidan falls at 19 off his Horizon Canopy, draws a card off the Elvish Visionary, finds another land, finds the Wooded Foothills. So let's
Looking
see.
good. And the
Lucas-
Lead the Stampede just undo mulligans. It's like the only
Yeah.
thing the deck really needs is mana.
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't seem like it really ever runs out of gas. And you'd think that, like, if you kill the Lords, all they have is a bunch of mopey 1/1s, but, like, that's not the case. They just, like, see a lot of cards.
Mm.
And they move through their deck, like, pretty efficiently.
Yeah, I've always thought that the deck could play like Sylvan Messenger and things like that to even find more cards. But so
Yeah, I don't
Lucas leads goes Reflecting Pool, say go. So this represents a Spellcrawler. So if I'm Aidan, I just think there's some Spellcrawler in my future. And he's coming in for the attack, and he's like, "Yeah, do you want my
But,
1/1?
like,
Are we not playing our spell? No, we're jamming it.
are we ever beating, like, if he just hands just all spell callers, we're probably going to lose, right?
No, for sure. I think we have to jam.
I think we have to jam something. We mulligan a 5, like, we can't beat the world, you
no,
know?
for real. Yeah, there's not a lot you can really play around here when you're like just on 5 cards trying to behind.
I might cast Lead the Stampede, though, because it's like...
It's the card that doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, it's a card that doesn't impact the board, and, like, if you start to fall behind, you really need to flood the board.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you let this get spellcrawlered, and he can't really waste his mana. He has to spellcaller. Yeah, I like this play, and I like this play from both people, actually.
No, I think that both are pretty. They're pretty like they kind of have to do what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Can you say it with me?
It's
We don't have a Rhino, actually.
No,
We have another spell queller and,
and 3 voices.
3 voices, okay.
So that's 3 of a kind. So Aidan draws, does not find the 4th land for the Twisted Company, but is going to lead on an Elvish Visionary, I assume.
I would probably not. Look, this is another spell queller. I would probably not counter Elvish Visionary here.
Yeah, if you're Lucas, there's just like there's got to be better ones. But I think he just has to use his mana.
Countered it. Okay.
I think he just has to use his mana. He knows his role.
Well,
like,
he has another land, so actually he doesn't have to use his mana because he just plays a land, plays voice, and then he doesn't really have to use his mana at all. He's
no,
way
that's
ahead
fair.
of him.
I see what you're saying.
I think now that he doesn't have any more quellers,
Do you think that the fact that
he
Aidan
just has to
rolled
play
into
all his
5?
voices. Oh, he's representing a 3rd queller?
I don't think so. Do you
No,
think
he's
the fact
playing all
that Aidan molded into 5, do you think that incentivizes Lucas just to snap off the Spellcrawler? Just like try to deny him his 4th mana, not let him like dig deeper into his deck to undo his
I mean, it
mulligan.
makes sense, but like, what's the worst that can happen? They get their 4th land to play company, and then you get to spellcaller that.
Yeah. And just I assume that
Like,
I don't think Aidan has
Spellcaller
any
is
answers to
something-
these Spellcrawlers.
I can understand like the way Aidan did it. It made him look like he was screwed, but I think he was just baiting him into countering the Visionary.
Mm-hmm. So Lucas is coming across for 8
It's
here.
possible that Lucas just has enough to finish this game anyway.
I think he will. The flyer. I mean, Aidan can't present a clock fast enough to race this, and he's
The
attacking
Flyers
Aidan
are
to
going to
1.
get there eventually.
If you're Aidan, I think you might have to block one of these
I think
guys.
Spellcaller is just a good card in Modern.
I don't know. It's a little mopey for me. It's a little slow. 3 mana is a lot, but it's really good in this deck. Like, it's really good with like Noble Hierarch and stuff.
Yeah.
Aidan sets the Horizon Canopy on your side. Not going to be using that.
I think like Bant Company might be like a legitimately good Modern deck. Like,
I think that's like it's reasonable, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like the Demon of the Night of the Reliquary Bant Retreat deck.
I just want to play like so many, maybe Bant Spirits. I just want to play a bunch of Spellquellers.
Okay. I think Spellcrawler is good. So Aidan goes Dwayne's Elite into Company, hopefully. And we'll see if we can get anything out of this. It's going to be hard for him to find a reach creature, though, to...
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has any answers to these flyers. No, it doesn't appear so. He would have to hit, like... I'm not even sure. He'd have to hit, like, Heritage Druid...
He packs it in.
Shaman of the Pack...
Game 1 to Lucas.
He'd have to hit, like, a very specific sequence of cards. So we'll come back up here. And for sideboarding... Aidan doesn't have a lot of good answers to Lucas's big scary threats. He has an Intrepid hero he can bring in. Maybe the Kitchen Finks he wants. Maybe he wants Elvish Champion for like more lords, but I'm not sure. I think this might be a tough matchup for Aidan.
Maybe
Like
he
the
wants
Flyers seem
Selfless
really hard.
Spirits?
Yeah, but Selfless Spirit doesn't even trade with a Mantis Rider or Spellcaller.
That's true.
That makes it like pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Lucas will be bringing in. Is it Staticasters to make the matchup even worse?
That's a good one.
Possibly brings in the Sin Collector.
That's a good one.
I think he'll bring in the 4th Spell Queller.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even the Scullers.
Yeah, I don't hate Tidehall Scholar in this matchup for Lucas. I think he just has to like pick apart his draw and then
Sculler's
just try to
kind
run
of
over.
scary though because there's so much redundancy.
Yeah.
Like I like Sculler into Queller and like I'm getting Sculler Queller.
It's a tongue twister.
I get in like tongue tied, but I don't know, man. I think Lucas's deck is really good against Aiden's deck. Weirdly enough, he doesn't like have. He only has like a few removal spells, but like he just doesn't care. He just like spell Quellers and.
Yeah, and the thing though is like, if Lucas can just hide like the one important card and just keep running Aidan over, it's gonna be kind of tough. So.
I do honestly think that this matchup could be bad for Lucas if we see a more normal game. That might have been like the 20% game in the wrong direction.
I mean, like Queller into Queller, so like no hierarchy into Queller is pretty good, especially against Aiden's like 5-card hand that really didn't function that well. So
yeah.
I mean, I think that if Aidan does his thing is faster than Lucas's, but it has to come together. Where Lucas's is just like, these are my creatures, and if I have enough time to attack with them, they're gonna kill you.
The onus is on Aidan to like weave something together, while Lucas is just like, I'm just gonna do this with my
he just needs
whatever.
He just needs lands and spells.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's really a toss up, so I don't know who's gonna win. But I honestly think I have faith in Aidan to at least get one game post board.
Yeah,
so I think he'll at least get this one. On the play again, like, just Lucas is just such little interaction. If he doesn't draw a Spell Queller, like,
it's tough. There's
think
not a
about
lot
what
he
he
can
Spell
do.
Quellered. Like, one was Lead the Stampede and one was Elvish Visionary, but like, it's not so much what he quellers as like the mana that he quellers. Like, he just costs Aidan 5 mana.
Mm-hmm. He like got to like port him a bunch basically.
It was like both bait spells in a way. But like,
it didn't matter.
The clock was what mattered.
Yeah, no, like having like it was like 3 the first turn and then 4 and then.
And like if he didn't have to bait, he could have just cast like Druid and Company or whatever.
Yeah, no.
And
for sure,
those things would be.
Yeah, I mean Lucas has to be the tempo deck in the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
That's his kind of role, but he can play it. Like he's got a lot of big threats that kind of can finish the game off. He can play Mantis Riders and fly over the top. He can play Falcon Rather Strats and fly over. He can play Siege Rhino. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on here for him. But yeah, it's interesting that this 5-card deck's made to the top 4, and every time it's been on camera, like looks pretty reasonable, honestly. Like
it's a really interesting
really
deck.
Spellcaller is very good. But so we'll see Aidan on the play this game. That's a pretty big advantage. Do we want to go back to the end of the match? Okay, perfect. Hopefully Aidan can keep 7. He's just mulliganed a bunch so far.
We got a bunch of 3s and.
I think this is a keep. So it's.
I think this is a keep too. This hand isn't very good.
Basic Forest, Horizon Canopy, Nykthos, Elvish Visionary, Shaman of the Pack, Kitchen Faints, Elvish Archdruid. So that's a pretty solid hand. Aidan's shipping it back though.
Aidan is incredibly disciplined with his mulligans.
The thing with that hand is like, on the play, just to go turn 2 Elvish Visionary, turn 3 Kitchen Faints. I don't know. It's hard for me to not keep that hand.
Yeah, I mean, I would have kept it.
Yeah,
but I don't think I would have been this far with elves.
That's fair. That's very fair. This hand's this hand is pretty tough. So he's got Wooded Foothills, Llanowar Elf, Shaman of the Pack.
I think
Core,
if that's
Company.
a land, he's
I think
getting an
Stride
LEC warning. I think he just
saw an extra
knocked
card.
the top card over or looked at the top card.
He just saw an extra one. And Lucas is keeping his 7.
Yeah, I need to say it. Looking at extra cards warning, shuffle your deck, then resolve your scry.
Yep. Little dexterity error.
Little par for the course here. Happens to people all the time.
Yeah. Especially in top 4, you're playing like pretty. You're down a game, playing a pretty tight match. You really want to draw a land. You know what I mean?
A little nervous, I guess, but I think if you bottom, you definitely just play this here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you bottom, you.
Yeah, if you top, then you maybe don't craft the fetch land just because you need to find that second land. but it's hard. It's hard.
I mean, you're not topping anything but a land.
No, absolutely.
So if you top a land, you don't.
And this is a good start.
You still have 3 mana on turn 3 or whatever.
This is a good start from Lucas Wolho because just a bird on the draw.
I think
really
the
important.
secret to this deck is the mana creatures. I think
you just always have to have a mana
so
creature.
good when the mana creatures are. Oh wow, he boarded in his Teague to.
He has 2 Gratitudes in his hand. Looks like. Brought in both and drew them both. Aidan just peels Westvale Abbey, so he can play his Elvish Archdruid. A lot of upside if this thing untaps. He can just cast Clutch Company into Shaman of the Pack. Okay, so Gratitude's insane against Aidan's hand, actually. He's got Collected Company and Quarter Coin, which are turned off. So this just leaves Aidan with just a Shaman of the
Aidan
Pack.
has like no answers, right? No removal spells at all.
I don't think he has any answers to a Gratitude. I assume Aidan brought in his Intrepid Hero, which is tapped, start target creature with power forward, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think that he has any answers to this Gratitude. And it's just trying to dead these cards in Aidan's hand. So you come across for... He's going to play Shaman of the Pack
It's
for
possible
3.
that Aidan just goes to like the Ormondal plan.
Yeah. I think Aidan mistapped a little bit. He needs to spend some black mana. There you go.
There you go.
But this is a tough spot for Aidan. He's mulliganed to 6 and is going to have 2 dead cards in his hand for most of this game. I think he drew another Company. Yeah, he has double Company and Cord in his hand. This Gratitude is insane right now. Lucius draws Abrupt Decay. He can play a Siege Rhino. Since Siege Rhino, Gratitude,
do I finally get to do the noise?
All right, get ready. Here it comes. It's Rhino time. So Lucius drains Aidan for 3. Takes a point off his mana.
Siege Rhinoceros. Remember when this card was like barely a problem? Standard?
Yeah.
Just like Valorous stance it and hit them with Manus Rider over and over?
I don't know.
It's crazy how good this Gaddock Teague was.
Yeah. It's insane. I don't think that...
There's like games where like you board it in and it doesn't do anything.
But this game has just been great.
It's just like winning in this game, clearly.
Another one. Another one.
I don't know, man. I don't know if my vocal cords can handle it.
Man, Rhino is going to come downhill pretty fast this game. Aidan really can't block. Like, he can trade off a Shaman of the Pack and a Llanowar. Yeah. The thing, though, is, like, if there's a removal spell on the other side, you just get destroyed.
Yeah, but, like, how many things can you beat, you know?
No, I think that's fair. I don't think... There it is. Another drain.
It's not going to stop being great.
No.
This game is kind of anticlimactic, though.
Yeah, Aidan had a really
weird. He had
a really good start. Aidan's going to make a 1-1 off
Make a
Westvale Abbey.
token, sure. I dig it.
I guess if he draws a
If he
creature,
like another Archdruid,
he can activate
shape.
Westvale Abbey. If he draws a creature,
If he draws a creature, he can make Ormondal.
he needs to draw like a 1-mana creature.
All right,
do
so he's
it
got...
because this taps for 3, and then
So that elf taps for 3, 4.
I think that might be an Ormondal that he can make.
Drew Elvish Mystic.
So he
So he
plays
taps
Elvish
Elvish Mystic to make Archdruid better.
Yeah, and now he can tap the
Archdruid
guy
for 4.
4, the plus the Gilt Leaf Palace, that's 5, and then you can flip Ormondal and try to race. So the race will put him to 15, put Lucas to 20, and then
Oh, he has to tap another mana.
he has to tap the Llanowar or the Gilt Leaf Palace.
Yeah.
If you're Lucas, I think you need to respond to the Elvish Mystic with the Abrupt Decay you have in your hand. Oh, he can't cast it. Never mind. Doesn't know if mana.
Oh, wow. Ormondal is just alive.
Ormondal's flipped. So Lucas takes 9. Aidan gains 9, goes to 15. Aidan might not be out of this game yet.
He's going to take 10 on the crackback.
A Mantis Rider. Mantis Rider might do it, actually, because... So now, he can pair the Mantis Rider and the Abrupt Decay to blank the Ormondal life gain for a turn and win the race.
Yes, something he can do. For sure.
So...
But if he plays Mantis Rider, and, like, I guess he can attack because it's Vigilance, so he's not actually telegraphing anything. He already could have done that with the birds, though.
Yes. Absolutely. He should just block with the birds, right?
Well, he didn't have the mana to decay that turn, but I mean, he could have done...
Yeah, this turn. So now, Lucas comes across for 13, knocks Aidan down to 2.
Can Aidan play around Abrupt Decay?
I don't think Aidan can play around anything.
I think he can block Siege Rhino. That plays around Abrupt Decay.
Yeah,
You block Siege Rhino, gain 9.
Well, no, now it doesn't even play around Abrupt Decay because now Lucas just leaves the 2 Rhinos back. He comes across with the Gatatig and the Mantis Rider, and then he just decays whatever ones he blocks.
Okay.
But that's a little bit risky.
Tough play to see.
That's a little risky too because if Aidan just has like, let's say Aidan has like Fatal Push or something, he can just
or Decay, yeah.
Yeah, or just anything, he can just blow you out. So Lucas might just have to hang out for a second and try to find another threat and go from there.
It's a pretty sick play if Lucas sees that.
Or he might just have another Siege Rhino. Who knows?
Just moo until my throat doesn't work anymore if he does.
So he taps his 2 Gemstone Mines.
You got Aristocrat?
Oh, Aristocrat does it too. Yep, Aristocrat.
Oh, because he can sack any creature.
Yeah, he can just sack anything.
Yeah, now he's got him.
I think this does it. So Aidan can block. Yep, Aidan sends the hand. Well, I thought Ormondal was going to...
Looking for fun, informative Magic the Gathering analysis? Look no further than Kirwan'sGameStore.com. Team KGS has the best writers and content providers this side of Kaladesh. Whether you're looking for standard, modern, vintage, tournament reports, or deck techs, Team KGS will give you the insight and analysis to help with your Magic game. Check out Kirwan'sGameStore.com weekly for new videos and articles and see why KGS is the best place in gaming.